Let's go, John!
Where would I get through with it right away if not sooner?
Now everybody, we'll have Natasha singing the Australian national anthem now, please.
Mitch, what camera are you on? Go for a minute.
Australians, oh let us rejoice, for we are young and free. With golden soil and wealth for toil, our home is good by sea. Our lands abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Okay, now we have Lavina singing the Irish national anthem.
Shanna Fina fall, I thought we alla get run. Queen Bar Slua, her timber running huen. Way watch verse, shan shir fasta. Niagar fin tira na fin fa. Anot tarim sa varna win. Laganer yil on bosh no sin. Laganish rail. We lawak na biler. Shalit kari aron na bi.
Do you want to go? Yep.
Now you're very welcome to Den J Club once again, where we're almost set to go for the third of today's matches in the international test, Ireland against Australia. This is the over 40s match between Ireland and Australia. Last week it finished 65-23 in favour of Ireland in the first test, so Australia hoping for something a little bit better today. In the matches that we've already have in the over 50s match, it finished Ireland 30, Australia 19, and in the ladies match, which was the last match, it finished 53-3 in favour of Ireland after a 65-9 win last week in the first test. So that's how the first two matches went today. And the over 40s playing for the Paddy Gaffney Cup. Ireland won last week by 65 points to 23. Was quite competitive in that first match. So we're expecting something similar here. Thankfully the weather has improved a little bit. If you've been watching on our stream all through the afternoon, the rain has been very, very heavy indeed, but thankfully it has stopped a little bit. The crowds, the skies have brightened a little bit. The crowds have stayed on as well, and hopefully we're set up for a decent encounter here between Ireland and Australia. So we'll have the ball thrown in just a second. John Gilmartin is one of our match referees. He's just getting the players ready to move into position, and it looks like Ireland will play from right to left in this first half. We're joined on co-commentary, delighted to say, for this one by Michael Moyles, who was over the ladies team. Michael, just a word on the ladies match. It was a very comprehensive win in the end.
Yeah, thanks, Cathal. Great to be here. No, great game, and to be fair, we're delighted that the ladies were included and delighted that the Masters asked the ladies to join in. I know the Australians have a Masters organisation or a Masters competition for over 35 ladies, so for us to gather a team together, we only had 3 training sessions, but I think the quality of football showed there that there's definitely an appetite for a Masters competition in the ladies. Yeah,
certainly Ireland hugely impressive in that match, and put together a very good first half performance, particularly in that first quarter. Very strong performance, and won comprehensive winners in the end. This one a little bit tighter last week, as we were saying. We've had 1 or 2 changes on the Ireland team. Mark Beattie is now going to wear number 13 in place of Aidan McLernan on the Ireland team. This is the over 40s section, so both teams just making their way to their respective positions. As I say, Ireland going to play actually from left to right in this first half. Now, just a word on the conditions, Michael. Obviously you probably have a better insight than us sitting in here in the commentary position, but it was very, very difficult during the ladies match in particular.
Yeah, and it had a lot of rain. I suppose when it rained though, the breeze kind of died. The breeze was kind of going towards the stand, made kicking conditions very, very difficult. The girls got to grips with it, but like actually we played the Australian Ladies Masters in the Dome on Tuesday night for a college team, and you could see the way they moved the ball on the hard ground. They're have to come from 32 degrees to this, so there is a bit of a change there for them, but yeah, it's difficult conditions, especially underfoot.
Yeah, the pitch is holding up reasonably well given the rain that we've had, but it's already had 2 games, and this is the third, so this one will follow the same format, 4 quarters of 18 minutes. It's energy sapping stuff. John Gilmartin's just waiting for a ball to come into him there in the middle before we get underway at 2 minutes past 4 on Saturday afternoon. Welcome to all our viewers tuning in again from Australia. We had plenty of them for the first 2 matches as well, as we get underway in the third of today's matches. Ireland in that familiar white and green strip, playing from left to right in the first half. Ball forward was aimed towards Kevin Gold, and he palmed that one away, and didn't quite work out from an Irish point of view. Now Australia trying to gather it. Clint Westlake was involved in the early stages. Ackermanis now the coach for the Australian team, the most experienced player in this Australian team, and he's helped that one forward. The Aussies moving the ball well. Ball kicked forward by Shane Barry. Race for possession over to the far side. Good hit and shoulder from Kevin Rundle there to hold off the Irish challenge, but that one's gone out for a line ball. Michael, you've experience of playing in this series as well, don't you, from a few years ago? What was your experience of it?
Yeah, very fast paced. We played 2 with the oval ball and 2 with the round ball, so I was playing in the 2 quarters with the oval ball, but the Australians were much more comfortable with that. But it's a quick game, and it's very, very physical. You can see an awful lot of the players trying to play it on the ground. They don't want to get wrapped up, and they're just kind of waiting for that tackle to come.
Yeah, is the tackle the big thing that you would have focused on with the ladies as well? Was that one of the key aspects?
Yeah, I suppose because like there's no tackle in the ladies, so it makes it a lot more difficult. But I think that they did very well with it today. They're just a wrap-around tackle, and they were well able.
Yeah. Absolutely, as Ross Donovan takes it forward for Ireland. Long ball now being delivered in. One man inside on that full forward line. This one looks promising from an Irish point of view. There's the tackle. Doesn't quite wrap the player, and getting it away was James E. Martin. Now the shot coming in. That looks very good indeed from here. What a wonderful kick that is from Keith Fannin, the vice-captain of this Irish team. That's 3 points for Ireland. Fannin drove his left boot through that one. Watched him playing for Cavan last year as well. Very impressive player. That was a good kick.
Yeah, great kick. And Joe McMahon actually made a great run off the shoulder there.
Ireland have it now again. There could be a goal on here for Ireland. Here is Joe McMahon. Good save. It's still there. The rebound ricochets away. And Australia survived. That was a really good stop from the Australian keeper. But the kick out going awry for the visitors. That one being hacked away pretty unsuccessfully by Clint Westlake.
And that's where I think the Irish team can get a bit of an advantage, just to squeeze that kick out on the keeper, and a good turnover there by Joe.
Terence Collins getting involved here again. Fannin gets it back, and involved as well is Dermot Foley. Ireland moving the ball nicely and past the challenge. Here's another good shooting opportunity from the edge of the D. Dermot Foley has kicked that one high, but that's gone behind for a single point this time. So Ireland lead by 4 points to no score. That's another poor kick out, and this is another good chance for Ireland, and it's in the net. It's a goal. It's a goal for Ireland, and it's come from James E. Martin. Well, what a good start this is. It's 10 points to no score, and you mentioned it, Michael, just a moment or two ago. The kick out was going to be potentially an area Ireland would target, and it's worked out well on that occasion. Yeah,
just a great squeeze again on the kick out, just putting pressure on the keeper. Jamesy turned it over, and it was a nice little chip ball into the bottom corner of the net. So, yeah, great start by Ireland.
10 points to nil. 3 minutes played. We restart with the throw ball in the middle. Work to do for Australia. Ball back to Akramanis. Dink ball forward. Might just work out. They've got the mark this time. Picked up by Christian Stewart. Down the line it goes. Good hand forward on that one from Ireland. Players moving it well. It is quite sloppy with the conditions, but Ireland have it now with Dermot Foley. Hand pass was looking for Conor McShane. Eventually finds its way across to Keith Fannin. Ireland are moving it very, very well so far. Down into this right-hand corner it goes. Loose hand pass inside. Ivan Walker getting back there for Australia. Here's Akramanis. Inside to Christian Stewart. Now Australia, they could do with a score just to settle down. That's a good ball forward. It's found Shane Joyce. He wastes little time in getting in, and there's the mark. Good start here from both teams. That's impressive from Australia. Rowan Arnott now with this chance. Just inside that 45-metre line. He'll gain a couple of yards here as he makes his run up. Kicking this one in, dangerous ball in, well dealt with by the Irish goalkeeper Ryan Boyd. Foley shovels that one off. Ireland working it through the hands nicely. Ball back, just a little loose. And Ireland clean it away, all the way across as far as Conor Byrne. The Australians just trying to get their hands on the ball, but Ireland have moved it well. Ball down again, out in front of Kevin Golden. Runners coming off the shoulder. Impressive stuff from Ireland. Terence Collins wrapped up by the challenge, however. And Daniel Clark will happily sweep up the loose ball. Unable to keep it in is Clint Westlake, and Ireland have the line ball. James E. Martin, the goal scorer. Ball across is a little loose, but Ireland retain possession well. Now they might open things up down that middle channel. Akramanis is in there and gets it away in time before the challenge came in. Now Australia looking to go on the counter. Jarvis Johnson. Good tackle on the part of John O'Connell. Out for line ball. Good start from Ireland though.
It is, and you can see that Australia are looking for that contest in around that D area in front of it. They collapse very well, but when Ireland spread the ball and just keep playing, Australia find it hard. It's this middle area where Australia seem to be getting a lot of joy.
Gets it away in time, and now it might open up for the visitors. Kevin Rundle Loses possession, then the challenge comes in. Dermot Foley. A little bit messy in the middle, but Ireland get it away. Foley involved again, full of running already, and now making a dash forward is Owen Bradley. Up towards the edge of the D, should be a good shooting chance here. Bradley kicking it over the bar. It's another point for Ireland. And this is a very, very assured start from the home team. They lead by 13 points to nil after just 6 minutes and 50 seconds.
Australia really struggling with the underfoot conditions now.
Ireland down through the middle again. Foley has broken through a couple of challenges. Oh, he's overcarried it, says the referee. So that's a reprieve for Australia.
Important for Australia now just to try and get the next score and trying to settle things down. They're working the ball up the field well. It's just when it comes to that 30, it's the last pass. If it's not to hand, they kind of are struggling a small bit with it. So important for them maybe to try and work the next score.
Goalkeeper back there for Australia is Christian Stewart. Oh, Ireland have won the ball back again, and there might be another goal chance on here. There is goal on. Oh, they've dragged it wide. He'd be disappointed with that one. Kevin Golden with a really good opportunity. It's a behind, it's a point, but not quite the goal that he was looking for.
Yeah, opportunity missed there. Great ball in, and when they hit Australia when they're not set is when the goal opportunities are arising.
Now here's the kick out. Let's see what they can do a little bit better from this. That's a better ball out. Challenge came in. I don't think the ball was there. That'll be a free for Australia. Forward again, but they've been guilty, Australia, of kicking the ball away, and they've done it again here. Ireland look be really switched on here in the early stages. Ball forward from Conor McShane. Cleared away, hacked forward by Adam Wigsell. And I think he might have got a line ball out of it.
Really impressive from Conor McShane there, just using very quick feet to evade the tackle. And when you do that, you bring 2 or 3 Australians around you, it opens up the play a bit.
Here come Australia again now. As Michael says, they need a score. Ball intercepted well by John Coffey for Ireland. They've looked very, very assured so far. Long ball out is a good one. Now they're looking for that fast ball forward. It's with John O'Connell who kicked that one. Doesn't quite come off this time. So approaching the 10th minute. Remember, 4 quarters of 16 minutes, or 18 minutes rather, 4 quarters of 18 minutes. That ball forward, intercepted again. John O'Connell doing well for Ireland, the Limerick man. Back it comes again to O'Connell. He has a player inside, Kevin McGuckin. If he wants to use him, instead goes all the way back as far as John Enright. Enright weaves away from the challenge, but then his ball across, looking for Ross Donovan, just making Donovan scamper back towards his own goal. He spots a good pass inside. John Coffey has gone for the return here. Dermot Foley is going to take it on himself. Dishes it off nicely, just in time. Now, will this shot stay inside the post? The answer is no, but it will be a behind and a point for Ireland. Kevin McGuckin was kicking that one right-footed, so Ireland add another point to their tally. And that, I think, leaves it at 15 points to nil.
17 up on the scoreboard, but I thought 15 as well.
Yeah, I think the scoreboard has given 1 or 2 scores the other way throughout the course of the day.
Okay.
But there's Australia. They've given it away again. They've been guilty of that a few times now. And that's just giving Ireland a real platform. Here's another shooting opportunity. That looks like a good effort. Will it have the distance? Oh, it's in the net. It's a goal. It's been kicked in by Keith Fannin. Well, he got a point earlier on. Now he's got a goal, and this really is a mountain to climb now. 21 points to nil for Australia, and that's a disappointing one to concede in underneath the crossbar.
Yeah, it's just again the conditions that are affecting the Australians. Again, they were there in the Dome on Tuesday night, and the pace that they were moving the ball and their shooting was very, very good. They're just struggling to adapt to the conditions today, as anyone would be.
Yeah, it certainly is difficult, but they really do need a score here now. Ackermanis getting there with the left boot. Now here's the contest for possession, and Ireland will win it through John Coffey. Conor Byrne. Kevin McGuckin evades the challenge, then gets it to Keith Fannin. Fannin left-footed. That's an inviting ball inside. Great take. Brilliant football. James E. Martin, the other goal scorer, sends it in quickly as well. Player inside was Joe McMahon, but that one is too much behind it.
I think that's the one thing that we can learn from the Australians, that could have been a mark, or we could have stepped back and put the ball over the bar. He was trying to move it on that bit quicker, but yeah, that was a great ball inside, top of the D. That should have been the score.
Hand pass out, finds Adam Hunter, and his ball down in return is a really good one as well. Good take by Scott Carter. And there's the Aussies just again. The skill execution letting them down a little bit. Out for a line ball. It'll be taken for Ireland by Conor Byrne. I guess you do have an insight, Michael, don't you, into using the oval ball. How different is it in terms of, obviously the Aussies use the oval ball, they're using the round ball today. How much of a change is it in terms of the skills?
Even we went through kind of the skill sets. We did a soft skill session with some of the ladies. It's even the way that they drop the ball on with two hands. Obviously the round ball, you drop it. We try and drop it with one for just that quicker release. The oval ball, just when it spills, it's a bit like today when it spills, it could go anywhere, and it's just very hard to judge the flight of it. But I'm so impressed with the Australians and how they've adapted to the round ball and how they've practiced with it. The skill sets are very good.
Good take there by Jarvis Johnson. Gets it forward to Ackermanis. That's a useful looking ball inside, almost finding the run of Andrew Edicott. There's the battle for possession again in the middle. This time Australia win it. Ackermanis will get it again. Now what can he muster from here? He plays it across. Two players there. And it will find its way eventually to Michael Gaffa. Conditions having an impact again. The ball spraying loose. 5 minutes to go until the end of the quarter. Ireland with 2 goals so far in this first quarter, in this over 40s match for the Paddy Gaffney Cup. Ball sliding in, and Ireland have it. They've defended well. Conor Byrne sweeps up the loose possession, and there's the mark. Thankfully the rain has eased a little bit. The conditions still very, very difficult for both sets of players. Now Ireland have runners coming forward here. One of them is John O'Connell. Nice ball inside. There's been a lot of space in front of James E. Martin. Again, he picks that, Michael, at the top of the D, the perfect spot.
His runs are terrific, and he's taken the mark, and that looks like just off the post. Yeah.
And out for a behind, yeah.
His runs have been excellent. Like, he's timing his runs very, very well, and the ball going in has been very, very good as well. So Ireland have an opportunity there to make hay. Even in these conditions, you get it's like it's just a free kick, so it's actually working very well for them.
Ball out again. Australia struggling a little bit off their kick out. John Gilmartin gets out of the way as that break spills. Coming onto it was Conor McShane. Now it finds its way to John O'Connell. Ball down to the corner. Irish player in loads of space over there. And the chance for the shot. Loads of time to assess the angle. I think it's hit the post again. It has. And out for another behind for Ireland. So they add another point. 23 points to 0.
Yeah, the Australians seem like they're zonal marking, but they're leaving Irish players in behind. And, you know, with that long kick, you're able to find players in behind that defence. And Ireland have 2 or 3 scores left behind them now.
Australia pick it up in the middle. Ball over the top. Punched forward by John O'Connell. Here's Keith Fannin. Goal on a point already. The left arm of Kevin McGuckin almost gains control of that then. Big challenge comes in, but good little foot away by Owen Bradley. Will set away James E. Martin again. Opts to give off the pass this time. Here comes the shot, and it's an Irish point. 3 points for Ireland, and that's been kicked in by Terence Collins, the man wearing number 5. And again, Ireland taking a lot of the shots, Michael, from the top of the D, as you say.
Yeah, no, working very well. And Terence would have been...
There's Keith Fannin with one. Didn't quite catch that one. It's behind, though.
Yeah, we've a few behinds now where overs were on. Terence would have been happier with that kick. He had one previously that was on, and he just kind of snatched at it. But I think that's 4 or 5 behinds now with scoreable positions.
Well, Ireland's still in a very comfortable situation here. 27 points to 0 as we play the final 2 minutes of the opening quarter. Australia needs something to happen here pretty quickly. Here's another shot coming in. That one looks very good indeed. And it's straight over the crossbar from the boot of Kevin Golden. Well, Australia were really competitive last week, 65-23. As Con said earlier, they scored the last 11 points in that match, but Ireland right on top here now. Jamesy Martin inside. It's found its way to Ross Donovan, just unable to control that ball as it came through. Dermot Foley was also involved. That ball straight to Jamesy Martin again. He takes the mark, then tries to play it in quickly. It's over the head of everybody and swept up back there by Matthew Wood. Ireland pinning Australia right into their own half. Picked up by Adam Hunter. And now the ball just out to the 45-metre line. Australia in possession. Ross Donovan leaves that one to be picked up by Kevin McGuckin. Kicked forward for Australia by Shane Joyce. Again, the Ireland defending has been very, very good so far. We haven't really had any major chances for Australia in terms of attempts on goal. Ball all the way across. The pitch is cutting up quite badly there on the 21-metre line. Ross Donovan clears it away, and Dermot Foley's got it. Jamesy Martin is having a field day in the full forward line. Lovely little ball over the top. This is brilliant from Ireland. Joe McMahon inside it goes now. Owen Bradley, goal chance. This is some goal for Ireland. That's a really, really good score. Finished by Owen Bradley, but brilliant football in the build-up. That's as good a score as you'll see.
Yeah, when Ireland moved that ball, like they're akin to, it's very, very good. And it's just on the stroke of the end of the quarter as well, which will suit Ireland. Ireland started very, very strong. Conor Byrne, Ross Donovan in the back line, very, very assured, turned over an awful lot of ball. Australia probably upset with, they get plenty of possession up to the last third and then it seems to break down. But Ireland have been lethal when they've got the goal chances. They've taken them. A few behinds that to be disappointed with. Really, really impressed with Jamesy Martin. I do think the interchange has an effect. And the Australians are continually interchanging. I don't think Ireland made a change there in that quarter. And like sometimes it can take away, you know, the flow of a team where we're not used to it in the GM. We don't want to come off. You know what I mean? When you're on, you want to stay on. And like if the Irish team and management are kind of making changes at the end of every quarter, I think that may kind of benefit them. You could see with the Australians when they were trying to set up, they were putting on 3 or 4 at a time. I don't know if they were properly set when Ireland were turning over those kickouts.
That's a good point, yeah. The Australians certainly have interchanged a lot in the other 2 matches as well as things go on, but they need to make something happen here pretty quickly. They lost last week, as I say, 65-23, but they trail 36-0 here at the end of the first quarter. What do you think is the main thing they'll be focusing on now in their little huddle down to our right?
Yeah, but it's just about that last third. It's just like you can see Ackermanis there. He's getting frustrated with himself with his kicks. Like they're just not going to the man. And when they're falling on the ground in this kind of weather conditions, you know from playing, it can be difficult to scoop it up. And you know they're not used to these weather conditions, and it's failing in the last third. So look, it's important for them just to try and get those little 15-metre kick passes that they can take the marks and work the ball up the field. I think that's where they got a lot of joy from last week. Even though the conditions are poor, I think that's what they can take benefit from. The Irish team move the ball very well. They don't take marks. They're looking for people off their shoulders, and that's why they're getting in behind as well. Like Australia are playing very zonely. Ireland are coming out to the wings and getting a lot of joy from that. So yeah, look, I definitely think the interchange is having an effect on them.
Yeah. Well, something to look at maybe. There's the view here at Den Club in County Cavan right now. Still a good crowd in, watching on the 3rd match of today's triple header, and there's Ackermanis dishing out the instructions to his team with a little tactics board there as well, hoping that his team can improve now for the second quarter. Remember, 4 quarters of 18 minutes, and Ireland in a comfortable position, 36-0 ahead. The afternoon starting to brighten up a small bit now, so hopefully the conditions will improve, but as Michael says, the underfoot conditions probably won't. If you're watching in, feel free to get in touch on the YouTube channel. Option to comment there if you like, to send in your best wishes to whoever you're watching on for, whether you're in Australia, Ireland or anywhere else in the world. And if you're just joining us earlier on in the over 50s, we had a great game between the 2 over 50s team, 30-19 that finished in favour of Ireland, and then Michael was in charge of the Irish ladies team. They beat Australia by 53 points to 3 in their encounter to win the Gaelic Masters Cup. The Charlie Gallagher Cup was presented for the over 50s match, and the Paddy Gaffney Cup, with a connection here to the Gen GA Club, will be presented to the winner of this match at the conclusion a little bit later on. So the teams making their way back out now for the second quarter. Hello to Janelle Santolin watching in. Janelle, you've been with us for most of the afternoon. Come on, the Aussie, she says. Big shout out to number 18, Christian Stewart from Cairns Go Dad. So he's been doing his best out there for Australia. And hope you're enjoying the coverage as the teams now make their way to their position. So Ireland will play from right to left in the second quarter. It's been a good occasion, hasn't it, Michael? Despite the weather, it's been a couple of really good games, and as Con was saying, the camaraderie and the friendships that are built from events like this are probably the main thing.
Yeah, and it's important to remember, I know we're on about wonderful conditions. This is the third game in the weather we've had in January, February, so credit to the Den Club. But yeah, the dressing room there with the ladies, they're just buzzing, and the Australian girls have gone into them now, so the camaraderie between the two nations is brilliant.
Great to see. Ireland win the throw-in. Brian Keneally down into the corner. Out it comes, just momentarily losing his footing, was Mark Stratton, got it away in time. Now to Owen Bradley, almost wrapped up in the tackle, manages to squirm away and somehow got the ball out to Ross Donovan. He's got a player coming on his outside and eventually plays it in. Nice little dink ball inside against space here for Bradley. Time to shoot. How's this one for accuracy? It's going to land in there dangerously and it's out for a behind. So another point. And it's come from Owen Bradley, who kicked an over and a goal earlier on as well. So that brings his personal tally to 10. Hello to Michael McGorian, who says, come on Ireland, watching in on the stream. Things going well, Michael, for the home team. As that ball comes out as far as Michael Sacco.
So these are the little 15-metre ones that we were talking about, that can work it up the field. That's where they can get some joy from, I think.
Very, very good kick. And you're right, 2 kicks to the ball has got them almost the length of the field. Here's another one, and that's a decent effort as well. This is going to cause trouble. Yeah. It's in the net. Goal, yeah. It's a goal for Australia, and it's come from Michael Gaffa. Well, you called him, Michael. A couple of kicks down the field. That was a really well-worked score. And again, the conditions probably having an impact there as that ball just came in awkwardly under the crossbar.
Yeah, but the game needed it, and the Australians needed it just to get a foothold into something. But those 2 little 15-metre passes before they went long onto the 45 and long, hopeful ball in. Yeah, goal.
So that gives Australia something to shout about. 37-6, 2 minutes into the second quarter here in Den. Michael Gaffa with the efforts. Carol Deegan says, come on Ireland. As that ball goes forward for Ireland now. It's picked up by Ryan Boyd. Down to the corner, there's the contest for possession. Australia win it this time. Shovel back by Matthew Wood. All the way across to Shane Barry. He'll keep it on the field, then tries to hand pass it through the legs down there of Keith Fannin. Now, not a whole lot on in front of him. Ireland have squeezed right up. And that one has gone out across the line again. Giving Ireland back possession. Inside it comes to Brian Keneally. He gives it inside now to Mark Beattie. Didn't quite catch that one. It's still a dangerous ball inside. 3 Irish forwards in there. One of them was Dara Edwards. Player sliding in for Australia. Andrew House was very brave indeed. Big challenge comes in down there. Ireland still trying to apply the pressure. Australia in possession. Well, they were. Brian Keneally has won it back for Ireland, and now it's opening up. Ball inside from Ireland again. There might be another goal chance on here. Oh, that's a brilliant finish. What a great goal from Michael Lidan. Soccer style into the bottom right-hand corner. Really well-worked score. And probably the Irish pressure high up the field, really the aspect of that caused the goal.
Yeah, when they get a turnover there, they're lethal. It's very quick movement. They're trying to get somebody on the top of the D coming late, and great finish to the net, soccer style. Yeah, look, it's unfortunate for the Australians. I think they were very brave in 2 or 3 tackles there that they didn't keep possession.
So Ireland answered the Australia goal at the other end with one of their own, another one of their own. Oof. And now they've got possession again. Ireland really on their game today. Management team, Anthony Carroll, Anthony McCarthy, Jimmy Galligan and Con O'Mara. Quite happy, you would imagine, with what has happened so far. Lovely catch and spin from Lidan again. He's in. Now, thinking time for him. Is there another goal on? Well, maybe he did too much thinking. Still there. Now, this one underneath the crossbar, well gathered. And Australia now trying to clear their lines, but again, Ireland will squeeze up. Ackermanis clearing his lines. 2 Australian players over here. Oh, that just evaded Scott Carter that time. Another long ball in. Ireland with players over. Chance down in the corner. This one might be just too tight an angle. Oh, that's some score from Dara Edwards. He's managed to put that one over the bar, moving Ireland on to 46. Really good point.
Really good point, yeah. And Ireland are tipping away nicely. Again, for the Australians, it was a long clearance from McManus that probably asked a lot of the person that was receiving it. You know, those little punt passes that they were doing, those 15 yards, and he tried to concentrate back on that again.
Ireland are racking up quite a score, aren't they? 46 points already after 23 minutes of play. Remember, we'll play 72. So Ireland delighted with what they've done so far, you'd imagine. Good catch there on the far side. Will set Australia away again. But then the skill execution just letting them down. Ball across the line. Naomi Clark says, go Australia. Big shout out to Daniel Clark wearing number 77. Family is proud of you, Daniel. And Michael McGorrian says, come on, Mark Stratton. So if you're watching on YouTube, feel free to get in touch with your message as Ireland go on the attack again. Bradley will kick this one down into the corner just in time before the tackle came in. Still defending to do for Australia. Oh, nice turn by Michael Ladan into the middle and taken by Conor McShane. Now, well, he might have thought about the shot, instead plays the pass. Might Ireland rue that decision? It's McShane again who's gone for the return. Ross Donovan. Donovan kicking this one left-footed. And this one goes for out for a behind. So Ross Donovan registers a point. And that leaves us at 47 points to 6.
Yeah, Ross will be happy with that. It's a score.
Not noticed for his scoring prowess down through the years with Sligo. But he gets a point for Ireland. Loose hand pass. Adam Hunter will scamper after it himself. Then the hand pass goes forward. Australia, well, again, the conditions just having an impact. It is very muddy around that middle third. Nice ball towards Ryan Boyd, who hand passes it back. But now it's found its way to Gaffa. Down the line it goes. There's the tackle, but was the ball there? The answer is no. It'll be a free for Australia. Tied it up nicely back there by Ireland. Find its way towards Ross Donovan. And I think the rain has stopped and there's a bit of sun now coming out. Things a little bit brighter out there on the field, which is encouraging after such a long day of rain. 26 minutes now gone here at Den GA Club. We'll have 10 more minutes in this second quarter. Ireland well on top. Here's Australia. Those little dink passes Michael was saying, working to good effect so far. Here's another one. And now the long ball in. Well, to nobody in particular. And there was the time there too, wasn't there, to assess what was on.
Yeah, the 2 more inside. But that's better from Australia. They're just looking for those small little wins in the game that can get a few scores on the board.
Ireland's restart is good. Finds its way towards Sean Lenihan. Now Ross Donovan. Back it goes. Instructions coming in from the sideline here from Australia in front of us. This is John O'Connell. Spins away from the challenge. Then he's
much better from Australia.
Tackled. And we can hear cries of that's better from Australia in front of us. That tackle allowing them win the ball back. Now, can they make a count on the scoreboard? This one's going to drop in around the square. Well, they'd no one in there to try and contest that one with the Irish goalkeeper Seamus Quigley.
Yeah, this is good pressure from Australia. There's a few attacks here now in a row where they're kind of squeezing up a small bit more in Ireland, and I think that's beneficial to them.
Ball out from the sideline is a good one. And Shane Joyce has got it. Joyce, his pass inside is a very good one as well. Now that's much better. Now, how's the accuracy from here? Pretty good kicking angle. And that one has found its way over. That's 3 points for Australia. And it's come from Michael Gaffa, who got their goal earlier on as well. So he is the man to get all of Australia's points. They move on to 9.
Be interesting to see if they keep the squeeze up here in Ireland now and see if they can make some joy or get some joy from it. Kicking from the hand, I see the over 50s keeper earlier on was kicking from the ground to give a different trajectory. But yeah,
huge kick out this time.
kick out.
But well, the squeeze working there, forcing Ireland into putting it out off the field of play. So Australia be hoping that they can use this next 8 minutes to close down the deficit a little bit. That ball inside is straight towards John O'Connell. He lost his footing at the crucial moment, and Australia have the ball back. Good hands, allows Rowan Arnott to take control. Then it's up into the afternoon sky, fisted forward by Fannin. Nice little pan towards Owen Bradley. Ireland enjoying themselves, playing some nice stuff down into the corner where it'll be picked up by Michael Ledan. And it's actually gone out across the sideline. Now with Shane Joyce. Good ball from him. There's another good foot pass. Australia growing into it a little bit. Just the bounce though not working out, but Australia have got the free. That was played with the boot by Conor McShane. And it'll be taken by Andrew Endicott. Nice ball inside. And that's what you were saying, Michael. That's another good one. That mid-range pass, this time towards Rowan Arnott. Now, virtually straight in front of the post. Can he make a count? Oh, yes. That looks very good. How about that for a kick? Rowan Arnott with their second over of the match. And Australia move on to 12. Much, much better from them now.
And they're proving that they're accurate inside 30 metres from the mark. So those little, you know, as we said, pop passes, they can work it up into that last 30. And the squeeze definitely worked for them. It's just now the gaps in behind can Ireland make.
Mark Stratton sending that one forward down to the corner where Michael Ledan takes a hold of it. Tries to get around the challenge, just about hangs on to it, still there. Oh, good ball inside. Ryan Boyd has it. And Boyd right-footed off the post. It's out for a behind. But you're right, that's the gaps do open up, don't they, at the other end when you do push up.
Yeah, but I think they're going to have to do that now. You know, with the score the way it is, I think they're getting a lot of joy from the press. And like that tackle there, two-handed tackle, could have been a free out for Australia. So very unlucky with the tackle.
Great kick out. Brings Australia almost up to the halfway line. Inside it goes. A couple of players jostling for possession off the ball. That allows play continue. Well done by Daniel Clark, wearing 77. Kick down. Might just have a little bit too much behind it, and it does. That's a pity. Here come Ireland now. Ross Donovan thought about the kick pass, instead goes short. Then the pass forward, picked up by Darren Byrne. Here's Owen Bradley. Bradley wrapped up by two Australian players. A bit more about Australia now in terms of the tackling. Long ball in, 2-on-2 inside. The defenders do well, combine to snuff out the danger, but they've given that straight back to Ireland. Keith Fannin has got it. Inside it goes now to Ryan Boyd. His ball forward, cleared away. And this one will go out across the sideline. Australian line ball.
Top of that D is very, very mucky there.
Yeah,
so the ball is just not sticking.
Yeah, it's very difficult to play in there. So 6 minutes left to go in the second quarter. This is the over 40s match. Ireland won last week 65-23. Well on course here to a similar result, but Australia moving into the game ever so slightly in this quarter. Shane Joyce does well after being under pressure, and now Australia have some space with Daniel Clark. His foot pass forward works out as well. Ireland looking a bit open at the back. This is much better from the visitors, and there's the mark. Perfect build-up play, and how's the shot? It's very, very good. That could be arguably the score of the game so far. Michael Gaffa again.
Took the words from my mouth. I think that's the score of the game. That was excellent by Australia. That's if you want to epitomise a good score in international rules, that's it there.
2 points, 2 overs and a goal from Michael Gaffa brings his personal tally to 12. Really good point. There's the tackles coming in. Oh, Ireland's player Mark Stratton has done really well to ride 2 tackles there. Looked for all the world like he was going to be dispossessed. Here he is again. Minded not to pick it up this time because the tackles would have come in. And Australia have won it back. They've got a lot more energy about them now. Okay, they still trail by 30 odd points, but they've certainly grown into the match. Here come Ireland on the far side with Ross Donovan. Trying to keep it wide. Keith Fannin has a good left boot, but probably a little bit too far out to try a shot from there. Still Keith Fannin. Oh, didn't catch that one particularly well. That's going to allow Australia to win it back, and Ireland might be a little bit open at the back. Here's the ball forward to be picked up by Michael Gaffa. That looks like a really inviting ball down. Oh, that stuck. There was goal on for Kevin Rundle. Just evaded his outstretched arms. And here come Ireland now in the counter. 4 minutes to go until half-time, or 2 minutes to go to half-time rather. Can Australia get another score maybe to make the most of this quarter? Across it comes to Keith Fannin, driving it in towards the full forward line. A loose ball out from Australia this time, straight to Mark Stratton. Ball in. Oh, well done from Owen Bradley, and now this presents the opportunity, certainly a point on here if they can get it. Bradley puts it over the bar. That's his second over of the match, and just well, Ireland still in a comfortable lead, but Australia felt like they had some momentum maybe, but Ireland with that point just arresting that a little bit.
Yeah, Owen Bradley giving out to himself there. He thought he mishit it, but it had enough to go over the bar. Good score again. He's very hungry for scores, playing very well in there.
51-15. As Australia trying to go down the other end, just breaking up in the middle on them again, but they get it away in time. Now kicked in, 3-on-3 in there. How will the break fall? Falls Ireland's way. Australia still running players in and out, and now bringing it forward with Mark Beattie. Ireland now Brian Keneally. Hand inside, there could be a goal on here if it goes back to Keneally again. He's got it. Keneally goes for the goal and gets it too. How about that for a finish from Brian Keneally? Wonderful strike from range, and Ireland move up 57-15 in front.
Yeah, great interlink play again, and well finished at the bottom corner. Ireland just flexing when they hit Australia on the break, and they're not set. They're lethal, and that's another goal.
Yeah, it's a really good finish. That's probably the best finish we've seen so far, and there's the whistle from the referee to signal the end of the second quarter here. Ireland 57, Australia 15. Very comfortable lead for Ireland at this stage, but Australia a little bit better in that second quarter.
Much better, and they'll take something from that. Again, it's just 2 goals just before each quarter, or at the end of the quarter, the first quarter and the half. Is 12 points. You know, it puts a different gloss on the score sheet. Australia, again, the interlink. I'm watching the Irish team to see their interchange. They don't seem to be doing it. They seem to have 8 subs that they make in each quarter and just try and rotate it in with the rest. But yeah, like, that was a much better quarter from Australia, and I just need to maybe go after that kick out a bit more, and then just those little pop passes that we talked about, and they're well able to kick when they get marks inside the 30.
So that's the halftime picture here at Den in County Cavan, the third match of our triple header today. Thankfully the weather has improved a little bit, but Ireland on course to claim the Paddy Gaffney Cup. They lead at half-time by 57 points to 15. 2 further quarters to go of 18 minutes. We'll be back with coverage with you very shortly indeed.
Folks, just a reminder, there will be nobody allowed on the pitch after the final whistle. The presentation will be made in the stand, the same as the ladies' game. Thank you.
Okay, well, I'm delighted to be joined here by John Pat Sheridan. John Pat, don't run away from me like that. You were trying to do a runner yourself. I know you're well fit to cover the pitch. Listen, hugely successful day. I know difficult conditions are starting to clear up now, but we've been treated to 3 really intriguing tests here.
Yeah, Everton, we were expecting 3 really good games of football, and as I said, whatever about me running away from you, the underfoot conditions didn't give me a head start on you, because they were very slippy, because after all the rain over the last 3 or 4 days.
I know we spoke at the end of some of the county championship last year about this idea that you were going to do it, that it was going to happen, and it's been a resounding success.
Oh God, yeah. When you look at over 40s male, over 50s male, and then Masters ladies, like that's a complete cover of Masters football, both ladies and male. So from our point of view, we're delighted.
Will it happen again, John Pat?
I don't know. It possibly might. We took this challenge on board, maybe to showcase over 50s. The Masters have been ongoing. Australia have been here on numerous occasions. They're here playing for the late Paddy Gaffney. Paddy from this club in the Den, and he went over to Australia many years ago, and unfortunately passed away when he came home. So that's why we're all here in the Den Club. I'd like to compliment the Den Club for their hospitality. Also Curry last week, and Charlestown, Sarsfield and Mayo. Without them 3 clubs, you wouldn't be here and I wouldn't be here. So you asked the question, will it happen again? We're always welcoming them 3 clubs, so it may happen again. I don't know.
Listen, I know something like today wouldn't happen, or like the 2 weekends wouldn't happen without great sponsors and great support?
Look, for this to happen, we have a lot of people to buy into it. We have the teams from Australia who have travelled across. They've travelled across the world at huge expense to be here. They're here for over a week and a half, enjoying the Irish hospitality for St. Patrick's weekend. So from an Irish point of view, having 3 tests in March, we all realised that was going to be a massive challenge when we planned this. And because we probably haven't got the rub of the green, Angelina, with the weather this year, as you can see, it has been trying. But we have achieved our 3 games in the one venue today, and they're going out live to Australia. And I'd say it's probably the middle of the night now in Australia, but to all the people in Australia who are up looking at this over in the Denn GA club, good morning, good night, and I hope you enjoyed the footy. And we have definitely enjoyed the Australian teams over here with us.
And a word to everyone here at the Den as well. They've looked after everyone so well all day long.
Oh, look, there's no question about it. Without the Denn club here, we wouldn't be here. You can see the facilities to take 3 matches on the one pitch in the month of March. That's trying in itself. And, I have to compliment the club here and all the stewards, our own stewards especially, who have been week on week with us. And here again today, the Den, marvellous.
Listen, we're looking forward to it. I better let them back on here. They're coming back. John Pat, thank you very much for everything and a very enjoyable couple of weekends.
Thank you very much, Angelina.
Now you're welcome back to Den and to the commentary box. We're just awaiting the Australian team to come back out from their huddle away to our right hand side as we get ready to go for the 3rd quarter in the over 40s final. Ireland in a very good position, 57 points to 15 they lead. After a pretty devastating opening quarter, in particular, Australia much more competitive in the 2nd quarter. 57-15, the scoreboard reads. Some of your comments coming in. Finn J say they're disappointed for Aidan McLernan. Hard luck for the injury last week. Yeah, that's disappointing. Aidan was listed to wear number 13 today. Maeve and Jermid say, go Uncle Mark Beattie from your biggest fan, Jermid. Ian Clark, go Aussies, you can do it. And Janelle Santolin, good to have you with us still, Janelle. Keep the heads up, Aussies. We're so proud of you. And great teamwork from the Aussies. Brilliant play. And Donna Clark says, go Danielson. So proud of you, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. So if you want to get in touch, feel free to do so on YouTube as we get back underway for the 3rd quarter. Hacked forward initially by Jason Ackermanis, who also serves as the coach of this Australian team. Was involved with the over 50s earlier on as well. Now it's picked up by Sean Lenihan for Ireland, just inside his own 45-metre line. Kicked long. Good defending this time from Australia. Out in front was the man wearing 15, Matthew Wood. Australia work it out. Under pressure. That one was played on the ground with a boot, the referee says, and Ireland will have the free. Or Australia will have the free, Ireland will have to defend it. And it comes all the way across now to Andrew Endicott. Oh, lovely pass inside. There was an Irish player coming in on it. Bravery from the Australian player on the ground, and now it finds its way towards Andrew Endicott again. Inside it goes. Good strong defending from Ireland to get it away. Australia trying to push up, and they've really made this difficult on Ireland, and they might just win it back, Australia. Down in that corner, Ireland under real pressure. Australia haven't won it back. Brilliant play. Now it comes back to Michael Gaffa. He's got 12 points already. His ball inside. There's only one player in there. It is very, very mucky around that middle area now on the 21-13 metre line. Dermot Foley rides the challenge, gets it away. Brian Keneally, after that brilliant goal that he scored in the first half, gets involved in a defensive sense, and Foley now has continued his run. Route one ball in over the top. This could work out very well indeed. Man inside for Ireland is Michael Ledan. He's got it too. Can he get away from the challenge? Ledan just about. Now, can he shoot from there? Hand pass inside is a good one. Chance here for Ireland. Oh, the tackle came in at just the right moment as Kevin Golden was winding up for the shot. He's got 4 points already. Unable to add to his tally here because the tackle came in brilliantly from Matthew Wood. Ireland working it through the hands. Good play. Ackermanis is caught in possession. Hand pass inside now. Another goal chance here for Ireland, perhaps. I think Keneally had goal on the mind. Instead, he gets an over. He gets 3 points for Ireland to move their tally on to 60. Kevin Coffey says, go on, John Coffey, don't forget the calves in the morning. I'm sure he won't. Or maybe he deserves a morning off if Ireland win here and collect the Paddy Gaffney Cup. Joyce under pressure. Hand pass inside is a loose one. Straight to Kevin Golden, and Ireland on the attack again. Getting away from the challenge was Kevin McGuckin. It comes back now to Michael Ledan. Keneally's looking for it again. He's full of endeavour in that Ireland forward line. Foley, well, his hand pass is a little bit of a loose one, and Trent Fowler comes in there for Australia. The Aussies trying to work it out here. Ball down the line was intended for Michael Sacco, but the pace of it beats him. Down the line it goes. Ireland inside. Kevin Golden. It squirts away from him. Hand comes in. Out across the sideline. Line ball it is. Australia coming across their own backline with this one. Out through the hands, but that's straight to an Irish player. Picked up by John Coffey. And now across to Brian Keneally. Keneally's winding up for the shot. He won't get the required curl on this one. It will go out for a behind. So Brian Keneally adds to his goal and is over from earlier on with another point. So that brings his personal tally to 10. And now Australia try and clear their lines with the goal kick. Going straight to an Australian player. Kevin Rundle doing well. And now it comes to Shane Barry. Escapes one challenge, then tries to send it towards Michael Gaffa, who holds off the initial challenge, but unable to get the ball at the second time of asking, then hacked forward. The Irish goalkeeper, Seamus Quigley, doing well, under very little pressure, mind you. Our coverage brought to you with thanks to Copperface Jacks. Their logo down in the right-hand corner of your screen, our thanks to them. And all the sponsors listed in the match programme today for their support of our international tests between Ireland and Australia. Ireland won the over 50s and the ladies tests as well today, and look on course here to seal another victory in the over 40 section. Kevin Golden. Ireland on the attack again, looking menacing every time they get the ball into that final third. Nice little turn from Michael Ledan here, but he's just left that shot out a little bit too far to the right. And that means that a behind is the end result. This one being pulled back in the 42nd minute now. We're in the third quarter. 4 quarters of 18 minutes being played here at Den GA Club in County Cavan. Good pass to John Enright. His ball inside isn't bad either. His runner's coming off the shoulder as well. Oh, nice ball in over the top. Just a little bit too much on it. John Coffey had held his position, and had that ball found his arms, he may well have been in on goal. Now the kick out coming from Christian Stewart. Didn't quite catch a hold of that one. Line ball for Ireland, taken quickly. That's gone out behind for a wide. Another kick out for Australia. This time they go short and retain possession. It went to Shane Joyce initially. Now it's with Shane Barry. Good ball down, but only as far as an Irish player. Mark Beattie picks it up. Dermot Foley. Foley has continued his run down. He's going to be met by a couple of Australians down there. Does really well to get it away in time. He's continued his run. Brian Keneally, well, you could see what he was trying to do in trying to weave that one inside the post, but it just hangs out there for a behind. Keneally's been very impressive. That's 4 attempts on goal. He's got a goal, a point, and 2 behinds. Australia just delaying a little bit too much here on possession, and that's allowed Ireland to win it back. And here's Keneally again. He's got a couple of players over. Goal written all over this one. Can Ireland make it count? Yes, they can. It's another goal for Ireland, and they add another 6 points to their tally. Well, Australia guilty of giving the ball away in a very, very bad area. And the goal scorer for Ireland making his way back out the field. Looks like the number 22, John Coffey. So the Cavs are waiting for John in the morning, we're told by Kevin Coffey on the comments, but maybe he'll get the morning off now, having netted that goal. Ireland move on to 67. Australia still back on 15. We still have 7 minutes left to go of the... more than 7 minutes left to go of the quarter. As Australia at least get possession from the throw-in. Now, can they make it count? Just take that bleak look off the scoreboard. Last week they lost 65-23. Ireland have already exceeded their total from last week. Can Australia work their way up beyond the 23 that they managed in the first test? Well, Ireland have looked very, very composed, assured. That looked like a lot of steps, and it is a lot of steps on the part of Dermot Foley. John Gilmartin, sound of the whistle. And now to be taken by Australia and Ackerman as he launches this one in around the goalmouth area. It's a dangerous ball in. Ireland managed to defend it initially. Then players diving in on it. Who's going to manage to squeeze it over from here? It's another point and another over from Michael Gaffa. He has been superb. That's his third over, and he got a goal as well. So Michael Gaffa brings his personal tally to 15 points here. Australia move on to 18. And now Australia look like they've won it back in the middle again. Maybe they're energised a little bit by that score. Here they come in the attack. Ireland have left a few bodies forward as well. That's a good delivery. Gaffa's in there. Oh, great take. Super defending from Kevin McGuckin. Gaffa looked like favourite to win that one. Attacking it from behind. Dermot Foley. And Ireland get it away again. John Coffey involved. And then Ryan Boyd. That's a brilliant ball down. Super from Ireland. Now, can they move it quickly again to cap this move off at what will be some score? Out in front is James E. Martin. Started the game so well. Brilliant ball around the back. Oh, that's a pity that hasn't stuck. That would have been some score. Michael Ledam was the player in behind. And Australia survive on this occasion. 7 minutes to go to the end of the quarter. Ireland in a very comfortable position. Was that a late challenge? Well, play continues. Australia now trying to get their challenges in. Plenty of Ireland players to pick from here. The shot's coming in. It's a long range effort. It just won't have the required legs. Oh, will it find its way in? It does. And the goalkeeper unable to keep a hold of it. It was a difficult one to keep an eye on. And that one has found its way into the back of the net. And Ireland have another goal. Moving on to 73 points. It was a long range effort. And the goalkeeper just unable to keep an eye on it, dropping from the sky. And Ireland lead now by 73 points to 18. Ackermanis down to that right-hand corner. Australia in behind, perhaps. This is Shane Barry. Kicks it across the field of play. And now Paul Phillips looking for Gaffa down in the corner. That one, though, has too much behind it when it goes out behind for a wide. 5 minutes to go to the end of the quarter, and I think the result, beyond all doubt, Ireland, very, very impressive. Seamus Quigley with ball in hand here for the restart. Not the best connection on that one, but it will find its way towards John Coffey. Then Dermot Foley picks it up. Coffey again, wrapped by the challenge. Was that slightly high? Play continues. Dermot Foley has been brilliant in the middle. Look at the running of Foley down through the middle. Here he is again, going after the return. Has players over, gets it away in time. And now there might be a goal on here for Ireland. Keneally has one already. Good goalkeeping. And away Australia go again. Helped forward by Daniel Clark. And now with Shane Joyce. That was Terence Collins for Ireland, trying to help it forward. Michael Gaffa has got it now. Here's Ackermanis again, thinking about what to do, just ushering his teammates into position. Tries to play it short, doesn't quite come off, but it might work out in the end. Is that a high challenge? I think it might be. And that'll be, I think, a free in. It will be a free in for Australia. Taken by Paul Phillips, plays it short, good run from Ackermanis, Jason Ackermanis. Now, usually favours the left boot. It's not the best angle for a left-footed kicker. He might take this one off the right as well, accomplished off both feet. And Ackermanis kicking it high, the wind has got a hold of that one as well. The rain is starting to fall again. Dermot Foley has it for Ireland, now it's Ryan Boyd. Gets it away in time, all the way back to Seamus Quigley. Hand pass out, just got a hold of the wind as well. Makes it a little bit more uncomfortable for Ireland than it might otherwise have been. That's a foul. It'll be an Australia free. 3.5 minutes to go until the end of the quarter. Driven forward by Adam Hunter. Oh, it's found its way through. Ireland with defending to do. Ball along the ground. The Australia player in there was Paul Phillips. Unable to keep the momentum going towards goal. Darren Byrne. And now out as far as Brian Keneally. He's been upended and caught in possession. And now it's with Shane Joyce. Joyce looking through the ball into Gaffa again, who's been the star man really for Australia in this match. That one has gone out. And it might well be a 45, I think it is. Yeah, it's a 45 for Australia. Taken quickly. Ackermanis, the man to deliver it in. Good tackle from Mark Beattie. The Australia player feels that was a push. Paul Phillips. Referee doesn't agree. The final minute now of the quarter. Dermot Foley. Fouled on the, well, he has fouled the ball because that's going to be an Australia ball. Taken quickly, Jason Ackermanis into the middle. Here's a good chance now for Michael Sacco. Sacco takes it quickly, turns down the chance of the shot himself. Ball inside, might be a hint of a goal on here. This one off the outside of the post and out for behind. Jarvis Johnson with the attempt. Moves Australia on to 19 points. And there's the whistle for the end of the quarter. So Ireland in a pretty comfortable position, 73-19. Pretty good performance from Ireland. They've looked devastating in attack. They've hit the back of the net 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. We make it by Arnolds. And they've been devastating when given opportunities. We're still live on YouTube. If you're watching us, wherever you're watching us around the world, feel free to get in touch before we finish up with your message. And we'll bring you the presentation after to the winners and the various post-match formalities as well. A couple of interviews with Angelina, hopefully too, before we wrap up on our coverage from Den GA Club here in County Cavan, where we've been looked after really, really well all afternoon. But there will be a brief pause now for the players just to get some fluid on board, and then we will get set for the final quarter of this over 40s match. The Paddy Gaffney Cup will be presented to the winners afterwards. So both teams just in a final huddle now before they get set to go for the final quarter. If you're just joining our coverage, the other matches today, Ireland won the ladies match by 53 points to 3, and the over 50s match was a little bit tighter, 30 points to 19, the final score in that one. Very entertaining contest it was. Last week Ireland won in the ladies match by 65 points to 9, in the over 50s 63 points to 9, and in the over 40s, which is the match we're currently watching, it finished Ireland 65, Australia 23 in the first test last week. So Ireland a little bit more comfortable this time around as we head for the final quarter. There's the Australian team, Jason Ackermanis dishing out the instructions with the tactics board for the final 18 minutes here. They have looked good, and as Michael was saying on co-commentary earlier on, when they use those short to mid-range foot passes, they've put together some nice pieces of play, got some nice scores. Their goal came from a long-range effort from Michael Gaffa earlier on in this match, but they've just been unable to sustain that for a period of play that would give them a chance of winning this game. But they did score the last 11 points of last week's first test, so they'll be hoping for a similar finish here just to take the bleak look off the scoreboard, and a positive finish to bring something back with them. And there will be plenty of socialising to be done later on as well between both teams and the other teams as well, which is all part of the enjoyment and crucial to the enjoyment of the Gaelic Masters and this particular test series. And our thanks again to Copperface Jacks, our match sponsors here on the stream, for their support of our coverage. So that's the scene as we get set to go now for the final quarter here at Den GAA Club in County Cavan. Two Irish players in there, Dermot Foley and Kevin McGuckin. A pair of Australians as well. Looks like Rowan Arnott, who scored a point earlier on in this game, got a behind. He's the man battling forward in there alongside Adam Hunter, but it's Ireland who come away with possession. Long ball down in front of the very lively James E. Martin. He's had a really good game at full forward. Keith Fannin now has a brilliant left boot on him. Kicked a great score early on in this match. Comes back outside for Ireland. They look very, very industrious in that final third. Dermot Foley kicking under pressure. This one's hanging up dangerously. It's well gathered back there. And Australia now with the chance to clear their lines. Out it comes to Shane Joyce. They cough up possession and away Ireland go again. There might be a goal on here. Australia looking very exposed. There is a goal on, and there is a goal on the scoreboard. Dara Edwards has finished it to the net. Another goal for Ireland. Their 7th of the afternoon. This time finished with real aplomb by the man wearing number 2, Dara Edwards, giving the Australia goalkeeper very little opportunity. And Ireland moved on to 79. You'd wonder, is the 100 points a reasonable target for them on the basis of what we've seen so far? I would suggest it is. They've looked devastating in attack at every opportunity. Nice palm back. And away Australia go down the other end. Tackling to do for Ireland. Well gathered back there though, really good defending, but there's a good intervention from Australia. Gaffa, the man to do it, certainly their best player in this match. His hand pass forward just gets caught in the wet turf, and that's a free in. Foul coming in on Scott Carter that time. And away Australia go. Ackermanis kicking this one. He struck that one nicely. It's going to fall dangerously in there, palmed away by Ireland out of the danger area. Going in on it now is Sean Lenihan, driven forward by Keith Fannin. Here come Ireland again. Goal is certainly on. James E. Martin. Oh, he just palms it inside. It's caught in the turf. It's very, very muddy down there in that area of the field. This is the chance for Ireland. Difficult enough angle, but they've managed to get a behind from it. Looks like Joe McMahon, the man to kick that one over. So Ireland move on to 80. And we still have 16 minutes or so left to play. As the evening darkens here at Den GAA Club, it's now 5:15 in the evening time, Irish time. Thankfully the rain has stopped, but it's been a dreadful day of weather. Australia do well to bring it into a more spacious position in the middle. Ackermanis playing that one nicely towards Adam Hunter. His ball inside is intercepted. Now it's with Ireland and Darren Byrne. Oh, good ball inside. He did really well to spot the free Irish player. That was Conor McShane. Down it goes from Sean Lenihan into the corner. James E. Martin has looked so lively in there in full forward. He's involved again. He's coming here on the loop. He's looking for that ball coming back. Certainly would have liked to wind up the left boot had he taken possession there. Doesn't quite find its way to him. Now it does. Kicked away. And Martin going after it now again. In it comes to Sean Lenihan. Here's John Enright. Enright driving it in. Difficult one to deal with, but it's dealt with very, very well. Can Australia get a score or two just to give them something to cheer about here in the closing stages? 14 minutes left to play. Well, again, they're just maybe tiring a small bit, Australia. That's another loose ball out. Sean Lenihan picks it up. That's a loose one from an Irish point of view now. Ireland have it with Dara Edwards. He's going to take it on. Oh, yes. That is a cracking score from Dara Edwards. That's probably the score of the game so far. That's his second over. He also hit a goal, so he's bringing his personal tally to 12. Fine, fine kick from Dara Edwards. Ireland by 83 points to 19. Keith Fadden has it, and now Ireland certainly have goal on here. Jamesy Martin has two players over. Martin's gone for the return. He wants the goal himself. Jamesy Martin, and he's got it. Jamesy Martin with another goal for Ireland. He got it all the way back in the opening quarter as well. That's his second goal of the game. And now the 100-point mark certainly in sight for Ireland. 89 points to 19. And this is turning into a real hammering, unfortunately, for the Australians, despite a really good effort. They did threaten to make a comeback in the second quarter, but since then, Ireland really have put the foot on the accelerator and now are in an unassailable position in terms of the lead, and certainly heading for the 100 points mark. Still with 13 and a half minutes, or 11 and a half minutes left to play. We'll play to 72. Jason Ackermanis. Nice little dink as far as Terence Collins. Controlled well. Almost wrapped up in the tackle a couple of times, Ireland. And there was a boot in there. That means it's a free for Australia. Ackermanis' ball is a good one, and it's picked up by Andrew Endicott. Endicott kicking it in towards the goalmouth area.
Folks, just a quick reminder that there's nobody allowed on the pitch after the
Good tackle.
and the presentation.
Ireland had possession through John Enright, but the tackle came in from Australia, high up the park. Ball comes out now as far as Sean Lenihan. And it looks like we have an injury, which is really unfortunate. The Irish player down may need some attention here. Well, let's hope that's not too serious. People making their way in just to make sure that the player is all right. Certainly no malice intended on the part of the Australian tackler there on that occasion. I don't think perhaps an awkward landing. Well, the Irish player is still down, back up on his hunkers now, which is encouraging. So let's hope it's not too bad as initially feared. It did look like a serious one initially. I think Ireland bringing in a sub anyway. That's Mark Beattie making his way on. Yeah, it looks like John Enright, the Irish player, down, but he is back up on his hunkers now, so hopefully not too bad. Doesn't look like he'd be able to continue, but he might be called ashore, but it doesn't look like a serious one, which is encouraging. And that's good because it's been, again, played in a really good spirit all the way through, as the other two matches were as well. So 10 minutes left to play or thereabouts. You'd imagine we'll have a little bit added on now at the end for that bit of a stoppage, as the rain starts to fall again. And we'll get back underway with the throw-in, with Dermot Foley underneath it for Ireland. Palmed away, however, by his Australian counterpart, Rowan Arnott. And away Foley goes again. It's picked up by Mark Beattie. And now forward from Owen Bradley. Jamesy Martin out in front. It spills away from him initially, but away it goes again from Ireland. Keith Fannin will surely have a shot here off the left boot. Fannin looks like he struck that one nicely. That would be some score. Oh, lovely point from Keith Fannin. Absolutely gorgeous strike. That's his 13th point of the afternoon, a second over. Goal, 2 overs and a behind for him. Marvellous score, bringing Ireland on to 92. As I say, that 100-point mark, certainly a target for them now. As the ball comes forward from Clint Westlake. Down to that right-hand corner. The Irish player tackled was Kevin McGuckin. Now all the way across to Conor McShane. His ball down. Almost found Owen Bradley, but was he fouled as he tried to gather that one? Looks to have taken a little bit of a knock. Ackermanis got a little bit of a block on that one that allows Australia to win it back. Closing stages now of the final quarter in the third match of the day here at Den GA Club and the International Series for 2024. Fantastic initiative, great day all the way through. Our thanks to the Den Club for their hospitality, which has been marvellous as well, as Ireland going another foray forward. There might be goal on here. Australia have committed quite a few bodies forward. Dermot Foley plays that one off into a more central position. Now here's another goal chance for Ireland, and they get it again. This time Kevin Golden finishing to the net. Their 9th goal of the day. It's a quite remarkable performance from Ireland. They move on to 98 points. And surely now they'll make the 100. What a fantastic performance this has been from the home team. Away we go again for the last few minutes now. 5 minutes of the regulation time left to play. Dermot Foley's ball out to this right-hand side is picked up by Dar Edwards. Edwards' ball down into the corner. Good take initially. Australia have it. Oh, well, they had. Then the conditions just playing a part in them losing it. And Mark Beattie was the man to help pick it up. Wrapped up in the tackle. Dermot Foley now to send Ireland over the 100-point mark. But he's dragged it to the left, so they go on to 99. Away Ireland go again. Owen Bradley. There's goal on here again. The Aussies are tiring now. Goal for Ireland, surely, and it is. And Ireland move past the 100 points mark. Joe McMahon finding the back of the net. Ireland's 10th goal of the game. Well, if you asked him beforehand, we spoke to Con about the game earlier on, he was expecting a really difficult challenge, and for a while Australia did provide that resistance, but really Ireland have been far, far superior in all aspects, and they're set to complete a hugely dominant win here, 105 points to 19. 3.5 minutes left to go. Good hand on that one from Rowan Arnott. That's a good ball forward as well, just over the head of Scott Carter. Dermot Foley. Good tackle on Mark Beattie. Good work from Jason Ackermanis there. And he's going to launch this one in around the area. Terence Collins plays this one out to the right-hand side. Ireland finishing strongly. Dermot Foley, what a game he has had. Superb all the way through. So influential in that middle third. Mark Beattie. Good ball across, picked up by Joe McMahon. He's been challenged. Ball forward to Terence Collins. Last few minutes, past the 70 now. Ball inside, good tackle from Australia. Now here's Michael Gaffa. Well, that one out to the right and wide. A good distance wide on this occasion. Don't forget, we will have the presentation for you after this game as well, live on our coverage before we wrap things up, and some post-match reaction as well, hopefully. On such a busy day of action here at the Den GA Club in County Cavan. Here come Ireland. Good overlap run on the part of Conor McShane. McShane inside the challenges. Another goal maybe on here for Ireland. Bradley squares it across. Dermot Foley. Oh, what a great save. Marvellous work from the Australian defence. It looked for all the world like the neck was going to bulge. But Dermot Foley has to make do with it behind. That's his third behind of the game. So 3 points his tally. As Australia maybe allowed one final foray forward in the final minute of normal time. And here comes Michael Gaffa. Ireland coming out from the back down the right corner back position. Sean Lenihan. And now Darren Byrne. Ireland keeping possession in their own full back line. We've played the regulation 72. We did have a couple of minutes stoppage for an injury earlier on. John Enright looks like he's okay. Hopefully nothing too serious. He certainly walked off the field anyway, which was good. And there's Ireland now playing around it in the back. The referee's just allowing things continue here. Line ball for Ireland, right underneath the stand. Long ball inside. Australia should win it, they do. A chance to clear their lines. It's a loose one, out towards the sideline. Oh, what a catch. And what a take from Shane Joyce. Superb. Good take now from Jason Ackermanis. And well done by Rowan Arnott to get that one away before the challenge came in. Ball down into the corner where it's picked up by Scott Carter. Carter knew the challenge was coming. He tried to get it away through his legs maybe or something like that. Out across the sideline. Still we go. We're almost 2 minutes beyond the 72 now. But the referee's adding on that time for that stoppage earlier on. Ireland keeping possession well. Bodies tiring all over the field now at this stage. But this has been an accomplished performance, a really well put together performance by Ireland, reflective of the high standard in Gaelic Masters football, as we saw with the finals last September as well. Really high standard across the country as Owen Bradley goes forward. Is there one final score for Ireland? No, is the answer, because that's a really good tackle. And there's the full-time whistle. And Ireland end as 106 points to 19 winners. And it was as comprehensive as the scoreline would suggest. Ireland 36-0 up early on in the game. A devastating opening quarter. Australia did threaten to come back in the second quarter, where they did rattle off a few scores and played a little bit better. But Ireland dominant all the way through. And Ireland netting 10 goals throughout the course of the evening, which is a quite remarkable tally. And beyond that, they also kicked a number of really good points as well. And Ireland finish as 106 points to 19 winners against Australia.
Everybody remain off the pitch, please.
We will bring you the post-match presentations very shortly, so you can stay with us on the stream, and Angelina as well will bring us one or two interviews as well. But for now, we'll leave you with the full-time score of Ireland 106, Australia 19 in the over 40s match. Stay with us for the post-match presentation.
Can we get both teams over to the stand, please, where we commence the presentation? Thank you.
have you? Okay.
Program, yes. I'll give it back to you. Oh no, whatever I have in my head now, that's it.
Move again, Terry.
Can we get the two teams to the presentation area, please? On behalf of the Gaelic Masters, I'd like to thank everybody who turned up today. This is the last game in the Test Series for 2024. It's been an excellent competition this year, last week and this week. Some hard games. I'd like to thank all the Australian teams, their management, their supporters who travel long distance to be here. I'd like to thank all the Irish players, the management and their supporters who've travelled to various venues. I'd like to thank the GA clubs who have given us the use of their facilities over the last number of weeks to train. I'd like to thank Denn Gfc who graciously gave us their facilities today to play the 3 matches. I'd now call on the chairman of Denn Gfc, Declan, to say a few words, please.
Thank you. Firstly, I'd like to welcome everyone here today. It's been a great honour for our club to host this Masters game today, and it has a good connection with our club as the under 40s won the over 40s won the Paddy Gaffney Memorial Cup. Paddy was a great clubman here, and started his Masters career with Cavan in '96 and played for Ireland then in 2006 in Australia. So he was always a great clubman here, and his 2 nephews are still playing with us here at the moment on the senior team. So it's been a great privilege for us. The last couple of weeks working with John Pat and the crew, it's been brilliant. And look, it was a tough day with the rain and everything, but it's super to have the Australians here and all the Irish guys from all around Ireland. So it's a fantastic day for our club and a fantastic day for the Masters. Thank you very much.
We now have 2 players of the tournament, one from Ireland and one from Australia. The Irish player of the game, is Dermot Foley. And the Australian player is number 12, Jason Ackermanis. Can they come up, please, for their medals? Thank you. Before we make the presentation, I'd like to call on the Chairman of the Gaelic Masters Association, John Pat Sheridan, to say a few words.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for attending our 3 series today. On a wet day in Denn Club, I couldn't but compliment the club for all their efforts here today. Without their assistance, we wouldn't be here, the games wouldn't be played, and I'd just like to compliment all the teams over our 3 series for their effort today. So thanks very much, lads, as players. As I said earlier, it's our first time having an over 50 series in men, and it has been also our first time having a Master Ladies series. We're here today to recognise the late Paddy Gaffney, who came from Denn Club, and to honour the man with 3 tests here in his home club. So I'd like to compliment Ireland on winning the test, but I'd also like to play a big compliment to the Australian team for their serious effort over the last 2 series to compete with Irish players. So thanks very much, lads. And finally, I'd have to thank all our supporters, our sponsors, our referees, officials, and all our, I suppose, people that follow Masters both in Australia and Ireland. I know that the online has been busy here today. The lads were telling me they're still up in the middle of the night in Australia. So good night, good morning and good evening in Australia, and thanks very much to everybody. Thank you very much.
So we'd now like to make the presentation to the Irish winning captain, Owen Bradley. If he'd come up here, please. And the cup is going to be presented by Charles Gaffney, brother of the late Paddy Gaffney. Also present is Paddy's nephew, Michael, the senior player with the club here. Can we get a few words off you here? No.
Hello. I suppose I'd just like to thank the club for putting on the match here today. Look, that pitch taking 3 games today. Hats off to the ground staff getting it ready. So really appreciate them giving up their club. Also like to thank the Masters Association. It's brilliant. Old boys like me get to throw on an Ireland jersey and represent our country. It's fantastic. So thanks very much to the Masters. And then I suppose a massive thank you to the Australians. Without you, it's not possible making it over here. And it's not hard getting up 3 weeks of your life and getting over and playing this competition. So hip hip hooray for the Australians there. And I really look forward to the return trip next year. Also, I'd like to thank our management team. So we've only been together probably the guts of the last maybe 3 months, but these boys have been working tirelessly in the back, just making sure we've got pitches, making sure we've got everything we need. So the 2 Anthonys, Jimmy and Cavan, fantastic work. Big round of applause for them boys. And then to the players, my fellow players, everything was asked of you. Every time we turned up, you've come down, you've worked really hard, you've made this possible. But without, I suppose, the families in the background, looking after children at the weekends, letting the boys away. So big round of applause to all the wives and girlfriends. So I'll not keep this much longer. It's just, I'll go down, see you all back at the bar.
Finally, everybody, I'd just like to thank everybody for turning up today. Difficult conditions, I know. So safe travels home, everybody. Thank you.
You okay there, Adrian? Is that all right this side, please? Well, I'm delighted to be joined by Owen Bradley, the Irish captain here, just after the presentation. Owen, it's a really kind of special feeling, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I suppose you never feel you get the chance to go out and represent Ireland, and so I think this competition is very good. Not alone even just captain your country is brilliant. Means everything to me.
The test, I know today, on the scoreboard at least, it looked like it was a fairly easy victory, but I'm sure it's a different scenario when you're out there playing.
Oh yeah, well I think maybe the conditions tied onto the Australians. I don't think they're too used to playing on wet ground like this here. But look, it was brilliant. It was hard hitting. It was physical. So they probably take a wee bit of getting used to playing with a round ball and a few of our rules. I think we just move the ball so much quicker than them and they're not used to it. But I'd say no, if they had a few training sessions, they'd be catching us very quick because they're good athletes.
Is it enjoyable, even in the lead up to it and the couple of tests then?
Oh yes, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Like as I say, when you're over 40, you miss that going into the change rooms and meeting up with your fellow players and all, and playing Masters football just gives you that opportunity, to go and meet up with the lads again, and it's fantastic. You look forward to training and going out on the pitch. You just love playing football. We all love playing football, so getting that opportunity is fantastic.
So we're all for Australia next year, yeah?
Oh, I'm definitely on for that. I think it should definitely be a 2-year window, no more. So you get to do the return trip and then they can pick a new team, yeah.
I offered just 3, but listen, Owen, we'll let you get back to the rest of them. Thank you so much, Irish captain Owen Bradley, joining us there, and we'll hand back to our unit.
Thank you very much indeed, Angelina. So there it is, the picture here at Den GA Club after a bumper day of action for the Ireland versus Australia test across the 3 grades. If you're just tuning in a little bit late, here are the results from today. In the over 50s match, Ireland beat Australia by 30 points to 19. In the ladies match, it finished Ireland comfortable winners in that one, 53 points to 3. And then in the final match, the over 40s men's match, it finished Ireland 106, Australia 19 points, and Ireland claimed the Paddy Gaffney Cup, which was presented just a couple of moments ago. A few thank yous before we finish. Our thanks to the Gaelic Masters Association for all their planning and preparation in ahead of today's game. Our thanks to the Den GA Club as well for their wonderful hospitality throughout the day, and not forgetting, of course, our wonderful technical team here, Brendan, Angelina and Adrian, who worked in very challenging conditions to bring you today's coverage. Thank you for tuning in as well. We'll talk to you very soon, but from all of us here at Den GA Club, it's a very goodbye.
Got a caught tip and he couldn't run. Okay. So we should have moved him.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm delighted to be joined by a couple more of today's players. Jason, coach and player role, and player of the tournament as well today. Listen, I know it was a disappointing result, but what was the series like for you?
Well, last week was great, and I thought we would improve. I thought the guys got better as we went along, but just today was just a bit disappointing with some of our players. But you know, it happens. I mean, we're disadvantaged. We don't kick the round ball. They've got 40 years experience plus, so we get a chance to play an Aussie Rules game next week in London, and for the boys that are staying, that'll be awesome. Back to our normal environment, but a really good experience for a lot of the guys, their first time. So pleased with a lot of guys. Some guys would be disappointed with today.
Yeah, very difficult conditions here as well, though, today, Jason.
Yeah, and that's the thing, you know, when it's wet and greasy, we always talk about that the good players, the skillful players really do stand out, and that's the thing, you can't fumble, and blokes got found out at times today, but, you know, it's all part of the learning experience, because hopefully, you know, we've come here 6-1. I hope the Irish can actually save some euros and come out, and I think that'd be awesome for all of us.
Yeah, oh look, we're going to go and do the live stream, no problem with that at all. So listen, Jason, thank you so much for joining us. I know you're cold, we'll get you back to the dressing room. A couple of the Irish lads are with me here as well. Sorry, you've swapped jerseys. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I was going to say, listen, so you're going to have to introduce yourselves because I don't have your squad numbers then. So
that's right, Rowan. Yep. Adam Hunter.
Listen, guys, how was that overall experience for you? I asked Jason the same question. It is very difficult here today, and you were the third game probably at a bit of a disadvantage because the pitch has cut up since we started this morning.
Yeah, no, it was great to just come over and experience it. Obviously conditions a bit ordinary, not what we're used to, especially coming out of an Australian summer. So, but anyway, it was great experience. Good to get around the Irish boys and meet some new lads and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah.
What were kind of the key challenges? Like, is it difficult getting used to the round ball? What are the key challenges?
Yeah, the round ball is probably the hardest thing. I think we got better as we trained more with it, but then obviously the conditions make it harder. So we should have been looking more for a bit of handball and sort of switch the play across and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, the round ball definitely puts a bit of a spin on it for us. So yeah.
What are kind of the key takeaways then from the couple of tests from an Aussie point of view?
No, we definitely need to practice a lot more. It's just what we took out today was just the running patterns. The running patterns are so different to our game, so if we can take it out of today, or the CES series, and take it back and train for that, then yeah, we'll come back a lot better. So yeah, it was good. Yeah.
I know it was disappointing today, but overall, I mean, we spoke to some of the players in the other games about this, but it's a bonding experience, I'd imagine, as well. Like, it's very different. You know, you can play football over 40, throw on your country's jersey.
Yeah, I found it absolutely amazing coming over here. Everyone's been absolutely wonderful. We get to play against the guys who are the same as us. They're probably retired and, you know, getting away from footy, but I find mental health a big one, and still playing and still enjoying in front of my children. They love seeing me play, so it's great. It's great to see everyone, you know, doing the right thing for everyone, so it's good.
Absolutely, guys. Go and enjoy the hospitality now. That's the most important thing. Yeah. A hot shower and hospitality. I think we are finished now. I think that's the end of the post-match interviews. The guys are going to, quite deservedly, I think, enjoy some Irish hospitality. And I think that's probably where we're wrapping it up from the Denn GAA Club here as well. Thanks to everyone who made the broadcast possible. I'm not sure if poor Cahill has made a run for it. So a big thank you to everyone, to all of the Gaelic Masters, and we'll speak to you very soon.